It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Bills and the Cards, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Now, from the Valley of the Sun, EA Sports welcomes you inside State Farm Stadium, just west of downtown Phoenix, Arizona. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, Greg Wild, first month of the calendar in the NFL. Had some great games, some finishes that were pretty special, the usual surprises. Now, we hit October, and like you said, this is where the season really gets going.
Yeah, doesn't it just feel like on the NFL calendar, every month kind of has its own vibe, right? It's September, you're just starting to figure out how good you are. You don't even know how good your own team is, let alone the rest of the league. But once the calendar page turns to October, things start to become a little bit more clear. We know the contenders. We know the teams that have a long road ahead of them. These October games go a long way to setting the table come playoff time later in the season.
Here's Joshua Carney ready to get this one started. And off we go from Glendale. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And that play gets nothing. So, no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
One of the tight ends motions right. Off the play fake. Here's Murray. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Now get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Third down, 3 to go. From the gun, it's Murray. Open man, right side. He's got it. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's caught over the middle by Johnson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Murray's going to throw again. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he's out of bounds in great shape, down at the 15-yard line. First and 10. On first and 10, it's Cook. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Coach.
Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Tig Okonkwo, touchdown Cardinals. That his first touchdown this year. Butker's extra point is good, and the Cardinals will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This taken at the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. He had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, this is going to be a hard group to beat.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. They face 2nd down and 7. Here's Williams. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Now a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw.
So the message this coach is sending to his huddle is very clear. It's, hey guys, I got all the confidence in the world. We're going to be aggressive all day. We're not afraid to fail. We are going to try to score on every possession. And as a player, you can't help but love it.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Murray. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Here's a handoff to Cook. And he's into the end zone. James Cook, touchdown, Arizona. Butker now to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Cardinals move out on top, 14-0. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's a first carry for their running back. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up third down. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. 13 yards on that pass play. First down, Buffalo.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. He'll take this forward maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Dobbs headed in motion. Williams to throw on 2nd down. This one on target, it's Dobbs. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
They're going for it. Here's Williams. That's taken in. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs. A tight end in motion now. Drive will start on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. On the ground, here is the rookie out of Clemson. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Out of the pistol, it's Murray. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
Finally, this defense has been searching for a big play after giving up 2 touchdowns on the previous 2 drives. They're going to need more of that. They have to find more impactful plays that end drives and get the ball back to their offense.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Williams. Right side, catch made by Dobbs. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He gets close to the yellow line. Tackle made at the 46. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Williams. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
Anytime you bring pressure like that, Mike, you're counting on getting to the quarterback before you get beat downfield. The vulnerability of that play call is in your pass coverage, but when you can get home and get to the quarterback that fast, the offense never has a chance to stress your coverage.
Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Cook. Oh, he is going to be swarmed under, met in the end zone. It's a safety. And that's the first thought in your mind, running a play from the 1. If you're the defense, trap them back behind the line, get a safety, and that's exactly what they do with the good stop there.
This is one of those situations, Mike, where the defense really understands what's coming. They know the offensive point of view is to just try to give themselves a little breathing room, move it away from the goal line, and in this case, they're able to capitalize, make the tackle for loss, and it leads to the safety.
This will be returnable from his own. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. And the defense has it. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense. Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game. Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
1, 2, 1.
They'll try it now with Cook. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. The Bills have got it.
Not that it's much of a consolation, but either way, Mike, that's going to result in a turnover. Going for it on 4th down, he's clearly stopped short of the sticks. In this case, might be trying to make something out of nothing there to keep that play alive, but great job here by the defense coming away with the stop, and now we'll see if the offense can come on the field to take advantage of it.
The Bills offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. Looking downfield, that's Musgrave, the tight end. How about this 1-2 to start the drive? Mark him off with a gain of 24 and another first down. Off play action. Here's Williams. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. They are not having success on defense. That play picks up 19 yards. A play fake. Now Williams. Quick throw, taken in. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 8-yard line. 12 yards there, and a first down. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And it'll lead to a 2nd and goal. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He's got it at the 3. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, it's going to set up 4th down. Some extra bulk out there. They're going to roll the dice and go for it on 4th and goal. And he will drive his way into the end zone. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Bills. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Here's Cardi now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. The Cards offense and running back James Cook making their way out. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, Murray. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they're going to move this one all the way up near the 30-yard line.
First rule of backed-up offense, get the first down. The last thing you want to do, punt the ball back and give your opponent a short field. Mission accomplished. Now, can they maintain possession long enough to see if they can cap this drive off with some points?
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Cook. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Devin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Glendale after this. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Murray. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Bills offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. That is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Dobbs headed in motion. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Cardinals will take over at their own 14-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Cook gets it out of the pistol. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Here's Logan Cook now, as he is on to punt for Arizona. This one, returnable. And he's going to be knocked down before he can even think about returning that one. Whoa! So as we come to the half, it is a 5-point game. As we send you to Orlando. And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the 3rd quarter. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bills offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. The 3rd quarter begins with a run. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. A big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. It's a gain of 19 in the air. Good for a Bills first down. They'll give on the ground. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Throw on the run is complete.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
So second down, and they'll run it. And he's going to pick up the first down. He'll get down to the 15-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Right back to him on first down. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Cooper going in motion. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. Here's Cardi now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cardinals offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
When we met with him during the week, how did he describe himself to us, Mike? He said, I feel like I'm a student of the game. I feel like that's my advantage over my opponent. And as this game's unfolded, it's pretty clear to see why.
Murray now on 2nd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, The defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll try and get there on the ground. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on third down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the first down and some.
Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Go on, hurry.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he will take this down, close to a first down. Pickup of 9. They've got him a yard short of the sticks. Here's third down and a few inches. He'll try and run here with Cook. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on third and inches. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14.
Green.
Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Look at the big guy rumble. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the handoff, this is Cook. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and
5. On second down, Cook. And the Cardinals are going to have a first and goal. He's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's Murray. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board? Because I could.
And he'll take it on in. James Cook. Touchdown, Cardinals. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The return starts from the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with first and 10. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. That's Charvarius Ward, able to make the play. Second and 7. Throwing is Williams. They'll try to hit him with a screen. Good-looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and
a run now on second down. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. First down, Buffalo.
Ready. Let's go.
They'll turn and hand this one off. They'll take this down to the 43. A short pickup there. Here's a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. To throw, it's Williams. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
the initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
And he's going to have the Bills' first down. They'll wind up getting close to 10 yards on 4th and 1. They'll stay on the ground. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. And not much there. Down to about the 13. On 2nd down, it's Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And 3rd down just became a lot tougher.
Still 3rd down.
So, after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. That is caught. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too...
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Bills. Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. The kick is good. And the Bills extend the advantage to a field goal. It's 24-21. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Now Murray. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
There's two big key pieces the way you want to evaluate quarterbacks in the NFL, Mike, is the first one, how do they operate on third down? But the second one, how do they throw the ball when it's not a clean pocket? And you saw here, the ability to be on time and accurate through contact, that's what separates the good ones from the rest, and that was a big-time throw right there.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's Cook. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Now a 2nd down throw from Murray. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. Murray. This is caught at the 2. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Arizona. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Cardinals have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. A return now from the 4. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Off play action. Here's Williams. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
Certain guys just have a knack for making splash plays, and I don't even think you can really coach it. I mean, this guy, first he has a pick, now a sack. He comes up with a fumble recovery, Mike. He's getting the football equivalent of a hat trick, and there's no mistake about it. This guy is balling.
Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
And you think back to the first half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow them down, but so far, that has proven to not be the case.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here is first and goal. He'll run. Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, Buffalo. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal.
Makes the score Bills 31, Cardinals 28. Joshua Party to kick off.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. He'll take it in at the goal line. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Now, on second and long. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. That's made right side. It's Johnson. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. They come to the line needing 6 yards for a first down. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Here we go. This is fourth down. That's going to be caught.
And what a stop by this defense. They know the opposing offense has to go for it right now. There's not enough time for them to get the ball back and get another crack at it. They're trying to get in field goal range, and what a fourth down stop to all but end this game.
The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's second and 6. Now a give up the middle, and he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll let the fullback try to push the pot. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1. Here's a run to the 5-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go on the clock. So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. So a road win here for the Bills. They finish off the first month of the season perfect, as the victory runs their mark to 4-0. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.